Hello, 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 and welcome to the very first episode of Forge to Thrive, the show where purpose-driven leaders, visionaries, and changemakers share their journeys, their insights, and real-life breakthroughs to inspire courageous growth, authentic leadership, and lasting impact. I'm your host, Shelley Murphy, and I'm excited to have you join me on this powerful journey of transformation and empowerment. This platform is designed to speak to the hearts of leaders, entrepreneurs, humanitarians, and as many that are ready to rise above limitations, walk boldly in purpose, and thrive in every area of life. For our very first episode, we are kicking off with our powerful topic, the courage to become. What does that mean to you? Please put in a comment. I would like to, learn also from you, the courage to become. And joining me is none other than Dr. Christina Konya, a renowned transformation and manifestation coach, best-selling author, international speaker, and the visionary founder of Holistic Growth Solutions in the UK. Christina's personal story of overcoming depression, anxiety, and rebuilding her life from Romania to the UK is not only moving, it's deeply empowering, I tell you, because she embodies what it means to turn pain into power, struggles into strength, and dreams into reality. Now, today we'll explore what it truly takes, or what it took Dr. Christina, and of course, what it will also take you, or it may take you, to become, to rise, to evolve, and step fully into who you were always meant to be. But before we dive into this inspiring conversation, let's roll a short video intro that captures the essence of Forge to Thrive, which will also set the stage for today's discussion. Before we get back, go grab your notepad, open your heart, and get ready for an authentic and powerful discussion that may just spark your next breakthrough. So let's begin. Hold on and let me share my screen. All right. Give me a second.
To Thrive show with Shirley Murphy. Great leaders, like the strongest steel, are forged in the fire of challenges. It is in the heat of adversity that true strength is revealed. Alone, may have vision, but together, we ignite transformation. The journey is never easy. There will be obstacles, moments of doubt, and times when giving up seems like an option. But resilience pushes us forward. Together we rise. Together we thrive.
All right. Welcome back. Now, the vision behind Forge to Thrive is truly about helping us to rise into our calling, no matter the obstacles. And today's conversation couldn't be more fitting for our first episode, which is all about transformation, courage, and becoming all that you were created to be. So without further ado, let's welcome the very amazing, delectable, beautiful. Yeah, she's so beautiful, of course, dear to my heart. Let's welcome Dr. Christina Konya. Christina, welcome to the show. Hello. Good to have you.
Thank you so much, Miss Shirley. It's truly an honor. Thank you so much for having me. And it's really an honor being the first guest to Forge to Thrive. So I would love to congratulate you for having the show. I'm so excited. It's going to be amazing. So whoever is going to watch the shows as you are going to roll, the weeks and the months and the years as coming, I'm sure that they will learn a lot. They will transform a lot. So I would love to take this opportunity to say again, congratulations. And I'm so happy that we started this together today.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you doing this with me, the very first episode. Thank you. All right, Dr. Christina. I shared a bit about who you are, but as we go into your journey, let's start from there. So you let us more into who you are. So let's begin with your personal journey. I know if we were to look back, I would just ask you directly, what does courage to become, mean to you in the context of your own transformation? Because I understand that you've been able to build a beautiful life, a global platform, but it wasn't always this way. So take us back into a defining moment in your life where you had to summon the courage to become something more, to break free, and of course, to choose transformation, Dr. Christina.
Wow, thank you. That's a really beautiful question. And yes, it wasn't always like this, like now, now we are thriving. Now we are having our own shows, right? We are inspiring people and we are learning and growing, together, but it wasn't always like this. Yes, you're right. And to the question, who is Christina? People, when I ask somebody, who are you? Tell me something about yourself. I used to be the same. I started to share my education, because I thought that's amazing. And, my jobs and everything what I did in life. But really, truly, who am I is not the job roles, not the hats what we are wearing. It's who we are from the inside. And this is really what this conversation about is today, the courage of becoming who you really, truly are, a part of your job roles, a part of, things that seemingly define you. Okay. So if I really need to go back in the past century, past decade, actually, I was born in Eastern Europe. Okay. And when I was born, and that's going to tell you more or less my age, it was a communist regime, which means that I know and I experienced together with my family, my father, my parents, and my sister, what it means lack, what it means of not having. So growing up with a mentality of lack, of not having, not having black and white TV, having only one show to watch, only one cartoon to watch. I only seen bananas and oranges on Christmas, guys. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I only started to wear blue jeans, the jeans, what now it's natural and it's coming when I believe I was around 12 or 13, something like that. So I grew up, I was raised and born in Transylvania in an environment where I experienced lack, right? And then I'm going to really try to keep it short. In 89, the revolution happened. And from there, everything changed very, very quickly. And that was my early teen years, my early 20s, when because of the invasion, the whole the Western culture and everything started to came in, everything changed. I started to live a very rebellious, very self-destructive, I would say, life. I started to smoke at 14 and I started to party and drink at 16, 17, early teens. I didn't know better. And then, the funny thing about is that I always felt that something is kind of odd, something not okay, that I was meant for more, even then. And then it was in my early 20s when I first ran away from home. I ran away from home because I said, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to pack. I'm going to leave my country. I'm going to leave my family. And I'm going to show, with that mindset, what I had that time, that I'm going to change the world. So I ran away in a different country. Obviously, I couldn't make it. I experienced how is it to be homeless. Went back home, and then a year later, ran away again. But there is one thing what never happened during these years. Even when I ran away the first time, the second time, or even when in 2014 we decided to move to London, and I already had my daughter by then, I never ever gave up. Even if the times were hard, even when we had no money, it was really hard to pay rent and we hardly meet ends, really. I always felt it was a drive within me that said, okay, Christina, it doesn't matter. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And you know, there is the voice in your head. It says, keep going. But on the same time, there is a conditioning, you know, when the imprinted conditioning in our subconscious mind, which says, no, you were born in a certain place. You have to work hard for money. And I lived with this belief for a long, long time. But you know, the courage of becoming is really about going within, looking inward, and trying to change the world. I thought when I was 18 that I'm going to change the world, I'm going to change my environment. But as you grow and you will realize that you can change the world, but you have to start from within.
Right.
From within. So in really just in a nutshell, this is how my journey started. No, one thing, if you guys are watching this and listening to this, and I'm sure that Miss Shirley had the same thing, no matter how hard it seems, and no matter how sometimes it didn't really make sense. I feel the calling that I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to help people. I need to learn. I want to be there. I want to show that it is possible. And no matter how hard it was, never, ever giving up. Because when you hold a vision of yourself somewhere in the future, and you give literally yourself permission, that vision to pull you no matter how, no matter what. Because challenges, there will always be. But the challenges are there for you to learn. Because if in my life I would took challenges as failures, I wouldn't be here. I would have given up on the first time when I ran away from home and I ended up homeless. And I wouldn't have the courage and I wouldn't have the drive. And I knew that, okay, I'm meant to do more. Then I wouldn't be here today. So what I'm trying to say with this, that no matter what are your circumstances, okay, they don't define you. And the past, your past, it doesn't define you. But the courage to take action and to change and transform, that does. That will define you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so very much for sharing, your journey with us. Yeah, I kind of relate with what you just shared about, trying to understand who you are from the inside. And then again, we need to know that the courage to become is not about, the position or that you occupy. You could be in a high position as a leader or whatever, and yet you still struggle, to, identify who you are from the inside. And then again, I really want to celebrate and, of course, appreciate you for the courage that you had and you're still having, to keep moving, irrespective of what you had to, be faced with. And that takes me, to asking you this question, because I know that with what you went through, I'm not talking about how you moved, your movement from where you were. I'm talking about the struggle. Many women struggle with fear, with self-doubt, and of course, a feeling of not enough. And of course, this is what, like, from what you just shared, how would you encourage them to silence those inner critics? And of course, how did you, let me put it that way, directly now, silence those inner critics during your own journey, to becoming?
Wow, that's a beautiful question, Shirley, because that was a real challenge, really. We, especially women, it doesn't matter from which part of the world we are. That's the we always have this fear of not being enough, of not doing enough. And what I realized, that we don't really know our own self-worth, because we are always there for others. And I was this one as well. I was a perfect people pleaser 101, for example. I was like, I not really conditioned, but I felt that if I don't help, if I don't share, if I'm not pleasing, I will not be accepted. I will not be loved. I had to be the best. I had to be the smartest, right? I had to be there to save because I felt within me that only then I will be accepted, seen and heard. And this is also, again, a fear. We feel that we are not seen and heard. And I felt that as well. I had the feeling that my voice doesn't count. I had the feeling that nobody sees me and I'm talking to the walls. And then I stopped talking after a while. I said, I'm just not going to share because why? Nobody listens, right? But then what happens is that when you start really to work on yourself, and by this I mean when you start silencing, those echoes in your mind, which are not even yours, because fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment, every woman has this. Fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment. These are all learned behaviors. We have been taught to be ashamed. We have been taught to fear, okay, to be embarrassed. All right. And when you realize, okay, these are not even mine. What we also do, we suppress emotions. We don't show our emotions. People say, don't cry.
Don't cry.
Why are you crying? Right?
Big girl, you're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to be seen
crying.
Exactly.
Exactly. Be strong. You have to be, you have to be the strongest, the toughest. No. What I learned, you know what? Number one, I'm a woman. I'm fragile. I'm sensitive. So I just need to give myself permission to be who I am. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy because fear, shame, guilt. Okay. When I learned, for example, in setting boundaries to say no, it was shame and it was guilt. Oh my God, I said no to somebody. And, I knew that I could help, but I realized, maybe helping is not the best. So it was difficult. But the beautiful thing about it is the more we give ourselves permission to be ourselves, the more we realize that what beautiful creatures we are as women. When we allow ourselves to think for ourselves and to feel for ourselves, and we dare to actually make our voices heard. And by this, not I'm saying shouting to the husband and shouting around. No, it's not about that. It's about what we are doing right now, the two of us, you and me, right? Being there, sharing the story, sharing the journey. Okay. And that's important because this is when we share, we heal, we become stronger, but on the same time, through our stories, we heal others. We heal other women. We help them and encourage them to become stronger because, it's a funny thing because we are talking right now about women empowerment, right? Everybody's about women empowerment. What I realized along the way, Shirley, that we always had the power as women. But what we do along the way, that we give away our power to other people by pleasing others, putting everyone else in front of us. If I ask you now, tell me the 5 most important persons in your life, the 5 most important people in your life. You would name 5 people, but you wouldn't name yourself, would you?
I know.
Would you? See? Exactly. So we don't put ourselves not 5th, 6th, or 10th when we're supposed to put ourselves first.
That's
right? I don't know if I answered your question. I hope I did, but yeah.
yes, truly, you've answered my question even more than I asked. So yes, from what you just shared, the courage to become, I just want to reiterate to as many of you that are watching us, the courage to become is not about perfection. So don't look out and say, oh yeah, before I can become, I have to be perfect in this, I have to be perfect in that area, I have to be perfect. No, you don't have to be perfect. Just be free to be who you were created to be. Just be free. You have the power within you, like Christina has already shared. You've been empowered. You have the power within you to step forward, to let your voice to be heard. Don't hide. It's not about you trying to hide under anybody or trying to You heard when she talked about, when she was always talking and felt like nobody was listening. No, you are the only one thinking in your head that nobody's listening. You're not supposed to keep quiet. You're not supposed to stop for any reason. And you have everything it takes to be who God has created you to be. Do not allow self-doubt, fear of who will listen to me, I don't have anybody that will listen. That's a very familiar case with me as well. When I was, starting out, I had this fear, this self-doubt, lack of confidence in myself. But if we can become, and we are here today, you can also rise and become more. Now, Christina, very quickly, thank you so much for sharing that. I want to take you to talk about your signature approach on mindfulness, self-love, and of course, manifestation, which you talk about all the time. How has these practices helped you, in the version of who you are today, in the bit of helping others, talking about all of this, topics? How has it also shaped more of who you are today?
That's a beautiful question, because when I started, I said, okay, I'm going to coach. I'm gonna, inspire other women. I didn't really have a specific theme. I just talked about healing, a lot of stuff. But along the way, it kind of took some kind of shape and form. And now I mainly share about self-love, transformation, and manifestation. And the reason why it is in this order, I realized that everything really starts with self-love. Everything comes from within, giving yourself permission, giving myself permission. And then the transformation. The transformation, what we are talking about right now, is the becoming, right? It's the journey. It's really not the destination. And the manifestation, where that's an interesting thing, actually, because I was very skeptical about manifestation, and I started to read, and listen, and I read a lot of books. But you know what? Along the way, I realized that either it's self-love, or even it's transformation, or it's manifestation, knowing, reading the books, listening to the audios, watching all those people, watching us today, it's not enough. Yes, it will give you the knowledge. But really, truly transformation, the change will happen when one will take all that knowledge and is going to put it in practice, step by step, slowly. Because I started this journey a long time ago, and I read all the books, and I said, I know this. Why it's not happening? It's not happening because I didn't apply.
Yes.
And I didn't apply. And then slowly I was like, you know what, Christina, I think now you know all this kind of stuff. You should start applying, start with little things. Okay. Start with little things. So I started, for example, at the beginning, let's go just very simple. Okay. Let's take self-love. I thought that if I take good care of myself, that self-love, yes, it's self-care. So I started with that because I didn't know better. But then in time, as we moved, I realized that, okay, healing is a process. And then I started to experiment and learn different types of meditations, different types of mindfulness techniques, which is, truth to be told, we don't have to learn nothing, because we already have it within us. All we need to do is to start practicing it, putting all the knowledge what we accumulate, put it in practice. And with manifestation, right, there is a lot has to do with the mindset, because we had this mindset of lack. We have the mindset of, I don't have it. I want it. So what, because we are energy, okay, what we send out is a signal of lack. And obviously, that's what's going to come back to us. Okay, we talk a lot about God, Shirley. Yes. And if you allow me, I'm going to just come here for a second. People pray to God. God, please help me. God, I need money. God, I need that. Like God is someone sitting up there and is just going to deliver. What I would love from you guys to understand, what I understand on my journey, that God, who I'm praying it is within me. It's everywhere. It means that it is within me. So when I pray, yes, I do pray. I do want to manifest, but at the same time, I kind of need to do something for it. I
Yeah.
can't be, please, Lord, give it to me, and then I'm just going to
And do
wait.
nothing. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
There is
Yes.
faith. It's faith. It's trust.
Yes. So, and of course, that's why the Bible has said that prayer without works, you're just wasting your time. As you pray, you need to put action, after prayer, because, you can't just, like you just rightly put it, you can't, talk to God. I need a job, for instance, and then you sit back, you've not submitted your CV anywhere, you've not applied anywhere, you just sit and, do nothing. So there's no magic that is going to happen, and yeah, that's it. All right, Christina. Now you have a 21-day challenge, and I know it has changed lives. So I want to hear from you what inspired. I know, of course, your journey inspired it, but now let's hear from you. How has this helped people on their journey of courageous becoming? Because I think that's it's testimony time now. Share with us for those that are journeying, that are just joining us or listening to us.
Okay, thank you, Shirley. Well, the 21 Journey Your Inner World is one of the courses I'm offering because, we live in a very fast-paced times, right? People don't have time, or it's really hard to, to schedule. We are in different parts. You talk with people in different parts of the world. So I created these online courses. Specifically now we are talking about the 21 Days Journey into Your Inner World course for people who would love to learn on their own pace. And I made it 21 days because it takes 21 days or 30 days, for example, to change a habit. But what I did, on the 21 days, there are 21 short videos, very easy to digest, where I walk somebody who would love to take the journey, through the process of mindfulness, getting to know yourself and how to actually become the best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself is different every day. And also I give workbooks with that. So each and every online course, what I created along the way is about how I did it in my personal journey, because there is something when you share what you learn from books, when you share the knowledge, but it's different when you share from experience, and that, Shirley, because it's different. When you lived it, you went through it, it has a different energy, and people maybe, and hopefully, and my hope is that you guys can relate, and Shirley with her programs, with this beautiful show what she starts today, okay, or through the courses, or through whatever we do, we just really would love to change lives, to inspire. Because if we can make it through the courses, through whatever we do, then I'm sure that you guys, all of you, can make it, or each and every one of us has the potential.
Yes, we have what it takes. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Now, looking back, what would you say to your, let me put it this way. What would you say to your younger self? The version of who you were afraid of as a back then? What would be that message, that you would share with your younger self,
That's a nice one, because I actually do this exercise. I call it an exercise. We can call it maybe the healing the inner child, really. What I do is I just go back to that version of myself, and I give myself a hug, let's say my 10 years old, my 7 years old, right? Give myself a hug and encourage and say, I'm just saying to myself, to my younger self, you are beautiful, you are great, you have the courage, you can make it, and I'm proud of you. Nobody tells us they're proud of us, or or I love you. Yeah. Just really, so if you would love, just close your eyes, go back, to your younger self, and encourage her. Tell her that she's loved and she's doing amazing and she's got it. So this is what I do. It's really just healing yourself, healing your inner child, because, and you know what? This is what my future self is doing with me now. Because if you see yourself somewhere, it means that that version of you already exists.
Absolutely.
And that that version of yourself who is powerful, who is leading people, and you just have to call it into your reality and be that person today.
Yes.
It goes both ways.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's often being said that if you have a vision or you want to become something and you did not see the vision or you see yourself in that thing that you want to become, like in the future, then you've not started. So you need to see that thing, embrace it, and bring it close. Like let you have that feeling that yes, I have this, not just a wish, but you have to believe that you have it, and that's going to give you the boldness to walk towards fulfilling and of course making that a reality. Yes, of course, that goes both ways. You go back and appreciate your younger self and say, if you did not take that step as at back then, my older self won't get to where I am. So yes, I like that. All right. So for someone who is listening right now who feels stuck, we are almost taking this to a close. Yes. To someone that is listening to us who feels stuck, who feel lost, feels afraid, what's one truth? One truth. Because I know, yes, you run, you're host of Truth Runners show. So I want to hear the truth now. What's one truth that you want to leave with them about becoming, Christina?
Okay, one truth. One truth that I would love to share is that it's really that you are destined for greatness no matter what. So if you see the vision of yourself in the future, follow that because it is already within you, and never ever give up. And that's one truth. We are all destined for greatness. In the Bible, it said that God created everything, it's finished. Creation is finished, right? This is what the Bible said. You are better on that than myself, surely. But if creation is finished, and you see yourself as a very successful, loved, in a good relationship, a person, it means that it already exists. So I encourage you to call that in boldly in your reality, because you can.
Absolutely. Yes. God, when he finished the creation, he said it is finished. So he has perfectly finished a wonderful work in your life. And you don't have to go searching out for what he has in store for you, because he has already deposited it into you right before you were given birth to. Like I say this all the time. It's your place now to tap in and bring forth all that he has given to you. And that takes us back to the journey, or where Christina talked about us discovering who we are from the inside. And when you're talking about who you are, we're not talking about what position you occupy, what degree you carry, or whatever. We're talking about who, you see yourself becoming from the inside. So I know it has been impactful, inspiring. I want you to just put in the comments what you're learning, or what new thing you've learned, or what contribution you have, for this show, because we'll take time to respond to every one of them, and of course, see how we can follow you up as well, wherever you need help. Now, before I let Christina go, how are you still becoming? What's next for Dr. Christina? I know in your evolving journey of courage, leadership, and impact, share with us, what do you have coming up?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. We are always becoming, we always become a better version of ourselves. And what's up next for me is that soon, hopefully next week, we're going to launch my new online courses, which makes me really happy. I also have some free online courses for those who who would love to start there, because I know how it is when you want to learn but you cannot. So I have some online courses, some paid courses. I also have blogs, and I offer one-to-one mentorships for those who would love to go deeper on the healing journey. So this is what's next. I'm looking forward to grow, to learn more, to inspire and be inspired as I'm continuing on the journey.
Absolutely. How can people contact you, Dr. Christina?
I am always just one message away, so they can reach out to me on my social medias or on my website, which is www.christinaconia.com.
Amazing, amazing. Well, you've heard it all from Dr. Christina. She has shared passionately from her heart about her journey, how the journey has really shaped her life to becoming who she is today. If you're listening to us, watching live or the replay, all that we seek is for you to become a better version of yourself from wherever you are right now. We don't know where you are in life, what level, or what your struggles are. But if Christina could do it, if other women out there can do it, you can do even more, because you have within you the power to transform yourself, your life, your situation from wherever it is to what you are looking at. And then we have also mentioned here, Christina has shared that the vision that you're seeing, you need to see yourself, embrace it. And that way, that's the only way you can become a reality in your life. You don't just sit down and expect a miracle or manna without you stepping into it, being the driver of the vehicle of your life. You need to be involved. You need to, take absolute control of your life. Begin to declare what you want to see. Don't just sit down. You have the mouth, God has given to you. It's free of charge. You don't need somebody to, you need money to open your mouth and begin to speak life, speak transformation, speak healing, speak, what you want to see. Speak it out, and don't be afraid. Do not hide. Always try and be visible wherever opportunity comes. Be visible, because it will do you a lot of good. And I know you'll come back to tell us, yes, thank you, because taking to this will truly help you to become who God has created you to become. And that's all we can take on today's episode of the show. I hope and I know that you have been blessed, with those powerful messages that Christina has shared with us. And you can also contact her. She's mentioned page on the different social medias, and her name, ID name, where you can, reach out to her. She has wonderful courses coming up. And I know if you take advantage, your life and your journey will not remain the same. So thank you once again, Christina. I love you. And of course, I hope to see you next time. Yes, definitely. We're going to bring you back because we have so much. Yes, I tell you, this lady, she is a bunch of inspiration. She has so much. She has so much to give out. And yes, we're going to bring her from time to time, to dish it out for free. This one will not be any, that's why I'm telling you, take advantage, because she has so much, to give out. Thank you once again, Dr. Christina, for being here. Thank you for the honor. Yes, see you. Yes, ma'am. See you same time, same channel next week for another powerful conversation on the Forge to Thrive. Thank you, and bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Yes, ma'am. All right.